The Texas Tech Red Raiders are off to a hot start after outlasting Arizona State this weekend. MCTV's Kyle Stafford will have a look at the score and highlights coming up.
Saturday's electric atmosphere helped lead the football team to victory on Saturday, but it wasn't just the Mass Rider getting everyone pumped up. We'll show you how a special group of pilots used their skills to kick off the game in style next.
And here on campus, the beginning of a new year brings many fun and free ways for students to get involved. We'll take a look around campus at a few events from last week, as well as a rundown of what's to come.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Katie Main.
And I'm Brandon Medina. Week 2 of the 2017 football season stirred up lots of excitement as the Red Raiders had a chance at redemption against the Arizona State Sun Devils.
That's right, Brandon. Last year, the Red Raiders made a preseason trip to Tempe, Arizona, and returned with a 55-68 loss in one of the highest scoring affairs of the season. So how did Tech fare in their second meetup with the Sun Devils? MCTV Sports' Kyle Stafford joins us with a quick look at Saturday's rematch. Kyle.
Thanks, Katie and Brandon. Some late afternoon thunderstorms pushed back the start of Saturday's game to 8:05 p.m., but the change of schedule only intensified the energy at the Jones. Tech scored early in the first half, and they stayed in front all the way into the fourth quarter. The Sun Devils would eventually tie things up, but with less than 2 minutes left in the game, wide receiver Dylan Cantrell ran the ball in for the final touchdown of the night. The Red Raiders pulled out the win with the final score of 52-45. Later in sports, I'll have a look at highlights and stats from Saturday's victory, as well as a look ahead to next week's game. Back to you, Brandon.
Thanks, Kyle. The game day atmosphere at the Jones is considered to be one of the most intimidating environments in all of college football. Although the fans were already fired up for Saturday's game, a special display of American pride during pregame helped kick things up a notch before the players hit the field. 3 pilots from the Texas Air National Guard brought 2 F-16 fighter jets to town last Friday. The jets were used for a special pregame flyover for the Texas Tech versus Arizona State football game. Although the exhibition is a unique experience for fans, it also hits close to home for one of the pilots.
I went to medical school here, and my daughter went to medical school. My son is in medical school, and our youngest son is working on his master's from Tech. So Tech is in our blood. We're all Red Raiders.
Saturday's flyover was planned months in advance, and originally it included 4 F-16s from the Air National Guard. 2 of the planes were unable to make the trip to Lubbock due to the service commitments to the Gulf Coast following Hurricane Harvey. This weekend's exhibition is one of only 2 or 3 flyovers the Texas Air National Guard performs each year.
An alumni of Texas Tech's graduate school is calling a new place home today, but the address is out of this world. On Tuesday, NASA astronaut Joseph M. Acaba took off on a journey to the International Space Station. Acaba joined fellow NASA astronaut Mark Vande Hei and Russian cosmonaut Alexander Masurkin on a 6-hour flight aboard a Russia's Soyuz spacecraft. The 3 men are part of the Expedition 5354 mission to the ISS, and they will continue several hundred experiments currently underway on the station. Acaba is a 2015 graduate from Texas Tech. He earned his master's degree in education, curriculum, and instruction. Acaba is one of 5 astronauts who earned their degree at Texas Tech before joining the space program. Engineering Dean Al Sacco is also a former astronaut who served aboard the space shuttle during a mission in 1995. Over the weekend, the South Plains saw scattered thunderstorms that might have put a damper on some people's afternoon and evening plans. Here in Lubbock, we saw almost an inch of rain between Saturday night and Sunday afternoon.
That's true, Katie, and as we mentioned earlier, the lightning even caused an hour delay for Saturday's football game. So can we expect any more rain heading into the new week? Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. The Memorial Circle Cam is showing sunny skies with only a few high clouds. That's quite a change from yesterday's overcast conditions. Temperatures have climbed into the high 80s, and we may see a high in the 90s before the end of the day. Overnight, temperatures will drop back into the upper 60s, and we'll see a few more clouds and a slight chance of thunderstorms. Tomorrow, the chance for thunderstorms will be gone, and in its place, we'll see a continuation of the mostly sunny and warm weather. Tomorrow's highs projected to top out in the upper 90s, making for a very hot afternoon. We'll see mild winds throughout the day, and temperatures will drop back into the mid-60s on Tuesday evening. On Wednesday, we'll see a near repeat of Tuesday's conditions with clear skies and highs in the upper 90s. Wednesday night will continue the trend of cooler evenings with a low in the mid-60s. And on Thursday, we'll see a return of some clouds and breezy conditions. But we still won't get any relief from the heat. Thursday afternoon will bring another high in the mid to upper 90s, but temperatures will again cool down after sunset. Looking ahead, the chance for thunderstorms may return to the area again as we head into the weekend. One of the best parts of being a student at Texas Tech is getting to enjoy the many fun and often free events that take place on the Tech campus.
Yeah, Brandon, with fall in full swing, there's a ton of options for students to find an escape from the stress of class. On Thursday, the Psi-Chi Psychology Club held an ice cream social in front of the Psychology building, located just south of the library. From 3:30 to 5 p.m., students could stop by, get a free scoop of ice cream, and learn more about the club.
We're out here giving ice cream to people for Psi-Chi Psychology Club, and we help students prepare for graduate school by offering a bunch of workshops and other things to help prepare you for the application process.
Psi-Chi is only one of many student organizations on the Tech campus. For a full list of student organizations and information on how you can get involved, visit ttu.edu/campuslife and click on Student Life.
Another free option for students to escape the grind of coursework is to make a stop by the art building. Throughout the year, the School of Art showcases various exhibits with works from students and professional artists. Over the last few weeks, an exhibit called Casa de Fruta y Pan has been on display in the Landmark Arts SRO Photo Gallery. The installation features photos shot by artist Meg Griffiths, who traveled to Cuba to explore life at the edge of capitalism. Griffiths created the photos to help people see Cuba as more than just a communist country. For more information on the Landmark Arts Galleries in the art building, along with a list of current exhibits, visit art.ttu.edu/landmarkarts.
There's still plenty more ways to get involved on campus this week, including several opportunities to give back to the local community. Here's a look at today's MCTV's events calendar. The Student Activities Board is hosting the annual TTU Service Week from now until Friday. Throughout the week, there are various ways to take part in an activity that will help those in need. Tomorrow, you can stop by the northeast entrance to the sub and take part in Tuesday's 6 Minutes of Service project. No-sew blankets for Women's Protective Services between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. SAB is asking for students to give 6 minutes of their time and help make a special blanket to benefit those seeking help from Women's Protective Services. Visit SAB's website at sab.ttu.edu for more information.
Continuing with the Service Week theme, you can also head off campus and help out the community. Throughout the week, SAB is offering opportunities for Tech students to volunteer at different nonprofit organizations throughout the city. Tomorrow night, participants will meet up at the Lubbock Dream Center from 4 to 6 p.m. On Wednesday, students can head out to the Children's Home of Lubbock from 2 to 5 p.m. And on Friday, volunteers can help out with the Special Olympics event at Davis Park from 10 a.m. to noon and noon to 2:30 p.m. For more information on each of these events, visit sab.ttu.edu.
And if you can play the flute and want to improve your craft, the School of Music is hosting some very special classes this week. Internationally known flute performer Carol Winsank is currently in residence at the School of Music between now and Wednesday. Winsank is the recipient of Lifetime Achievement Award from the National Flute Association, and she has been called the Queen of the Flute by New York Magazine. Starting tonight, Winsank is offering master classes and lessons to flute students and graduate chamber ensembles between 6 and 9 p.m. Tonight's class will be hosted in the School of Music Choir Hall, with Tuesday and Wednesday's class moving to the Legacy Event Center. All 3 classes are free and open to the public.
As we mentioned earlier, the Texas Tech football team put another W in the win column after a hard-fought game this past weekend.
MCTV's Kyle Stafford joins us now with an in-depth look at the game and what's up next for the team. Kyle.
Thanks, Katie and Brandon. The Red Raiders used a late touchdown run from Dylan Cantrell to hold off the Arizona State Sun Devils 52-45 Saturday night. Texas Tech jumped out to a 21-3 lead at the end of the first quarter and seemed to have things in control heading into the half, leading 35-17. But the second half was a different story as the Sun Devils scored on their first 4 possessions to tie it up at 45. Nick Shimanek and the offense struggled to put together anything on offense until their final drive of the game. The senior quarterback finished with 543 yards on 37 of 50 passing and 6 touchdowns. Kiki QT led all receivers with 186 yards on 12 catches, and Dylan Cantrell added 8 receptions for 160 yards and 3 total touchdowns. With the win, Texas Tech improves to 2-0 and returns to action this Saturday as they'll hit the road for the first time this season to take on the Houston Cougars. Kickoff is set for 11 a.m. and can be seen on ESPN2. Texas Tech volleyball were the champions of the Clemson Challenge this past weekend after finishing 3-0. Katie Keenan took home MVP honors, and the Red Raiders are now 11-2 on the year and open up conference play this Wednesday at Baylor. First serve is set for 6 p.m. The Red Raiders soccer team took care of business at home this morning with a 3-0 win over California State University Northridge to wrap up non-conference play. Texas Tech is now 7-2 on the season and opens conference play this Friday against Kansas State at the John Walker Soccer Complex. KTXT 88.1 The Raider will be on the call with pregame beginning at 6:30 and kickoff at 7. That's all for sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kyle. So, Brandon, how's the beginning of your semester going so far?
It's been stressful. Nothing we can't handle. It's my senior year, so just looking to kind of enjoy it.
No, good. Yeah, I get it. It's hard getting back into the swing of things.
Absolutely.
So that's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check out ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you on Thursday.